Peace, God.
See, I'm just trying to do something for my brothers, you know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
Then they try to sneak in one last sale. Hey man, you sure you don't want that? Because I got these shirts. Hey, 2 for 10, just for you, brother.
Right, just for you.
Just for you, 2 for 10, right now. Right now. What you want?
You can get one of each or two of the same. What you need? What you need?
Yeah, man. Because this the last day, of the African festival.
This is the last day of the Kemite festival. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Niggas at every vending event, at every freaking festival.
All the festivals are the same. It's the same people. It's the same stuff.
So, yeah, it really is. Like different names, different people. They selling the same stuff. Handmade jewelry, shea butter.
The
minerals, crystals. Right. The crystals, dashikis.
Y'all check me out, man. I'm not just only gonna be here, but next month, man, we doing a special. We doing a 2 for 10 special at the African Resurgence Festival, like
Expo.
At the African Resurgence Expo. The Kwame Ture Nubian shea butter expo.
Empowerment fair.
Yeah, the empowerment fair, right? This is the sisters empowerment socialite, and we taking over, brothers and sisters. We're gonna be taking over something heavy.
Right.
Come here, I'm gonna be selling 2 for 1 oils. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna also throw in a big thing of lube. Oops, I'm sorry, it's not a lube. It's a hand sanitizer. What?
All natural, brother.
All natural lube hand sanitizer.
Nigga be the
only 2 for 1 deal.
Right. Nigga be the only one at the women's conference selling butters.
And with a dashiki on.
Like, how'd you get in here, dog? It's all women in here. Like,
that's cool, my brother. That's letting you know that I'm not just trying to speak for the brothers. I'm speaking for the sisters too. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to be on the same equal playing field. That's the problem. You know
they passionate with everything. They head nods be passionate.
Yo, our vibration.
Right.
We got to be on the same vibration.
Right. And you be feeling them brothers every time, though, man. Like, man, that brother was good, man.
They have like those slow, like hand moves too. Like, yeah, I get it, bro. like, listen,
I'm just trying to impact our people.
Nothing fast. It's just calm, calm and smooth all the time.
Yeah, I'm just really trying to impact our people, man. That's why I got these shirts over here. No Kelly says R. Kelly. That's why we got to get this nigga up. Oh, I'm sorry, my brother. We got to, I'm selling this shirt for $25. And it's another shirt I'm selling over here. OJ ain't the only one with the wrong hand. I'm selling that one for $35. You know what I'm saying? Oh, do you got that in a double XL? No, my brother. I only got them in a large, a small, and a medium. He gonna break out the sizes the wrong way. You know what I mean? A large.
That's because he's looking at the shirt while he says it.
Yeah,
right.
You got large or small. Oh yeah, I got a medium too.
Right.
Look at that.
I got
two mediums left, so get on it now if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
You know the mediums be going quick, brother. You look about a medium. Here you go, brother.
And I got one last shirt that says Bill Cosby didn't slip you the red pill; it was the blue pill. So if you want that, you need to fall in line. Matter of fact, let me take your number down, because if I don't see you later on, I don't think you're gonna be able to see me here. Oh, I can't get your number. How about your email then?
All right, peace, King, peace. Yeah,
okay, peace, God. Peace,
God. It's all good, brother.
It's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, we can go on and on for days. This is Mask Off, episode 76. the grass ain't so green, baby. The grass ain't so green, and as you can see with the green highlighted in the background, it doesn't look so green after all. But we here, we doing what we do. You know, I was out last week, man, but I'm back in full effect, and I'm here with the gentlemen doing our triangular thing again. Yes, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Peace, King. Peace.
2 bases and 1 point, and we're gonna go. We're gonna go up down to the base to my young boy. What it do, young Malachi?
What's good, Mask Off family? I'm feeling purple, feeling royal today, you know what I'm saying? Today was a great day, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to pick up the pace, learning how to press in, you know what I'm saying? You gotta embrace the adversity, embrace the lessons, you know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the game. So I'm feeling great. What's good, fellas?
What it do, what it do, what it do. When it feel great, it feel good. When it feel good, it feel great. Next to me, making a base for you to see is my man with the plan, Mask Off Dan. What it do, bro?
What's good, y'all? Yeah, this week was good for me too. This was one of those weeks where it's like you got past like the main thing that you worked on for like a month. So now it just starts to feel like you're like back at square one, but you gotta like reach the new plateau. So
Reach new heights, yes, sir.
Yes,
I totally agree with that, man. Like this past week, man. For people who do not know, I was down. I was down and out, and that sickness is something very serious, man. And you know, it's nothing to play with, man. You know what I mean? It's nothing to play with. And I'm happy to be here. You know what I mean? When you look at the news and you look at things that's going on in the media, man, what they do is they perpetuate a lot of death. Mm-hmm. So just to be on the other side of the game, you know what I mean? Because what I understand is this: if you do not believe that you're a survivor, you become a victim. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, if you don't think you're gonna pull through, you won't pull through.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the more the images you see in the news and on your phone and all the things about 1 million people dying, you start to believe that you become a victim next if you know what I'm saying, and you don't do the things that they're telling you to do. You know what I mean? But it's ultimately up to you to do the research as far as the healing process. So if anybody out there struggling, man, continue to heal, continue to stay positive. Continue to be about people who's going to uplift you. You know what I mean? Because if you do not have those things around you, you will start to break down in your own mindset and become a victim of negative propaganda. Negative propaganda works on you. People think it don't, but it do. It will work on you, baby. You know what I'm saying?
If you allow it to, it will.
If you allow it to, it will. If you allow it to. And you can like bump me off the screen now. You know what I mean? So
I want to show you.
Hey, he was preaching. He was. You needed that single in there, brother.
Yeah. But on another note, man, we're gonna get straight into this thing. We didn't spend already 8-9 minutes talking. We're gonna go into it, man. And I'm gonna shoot it to my young boy for the motivational minute. Malachi, give it to him.
What it do? My shirt say "Conduit for Change." You feel me? That ain't got nothing to do with my motivational minute though. But what up though, y'all? Today's motivational minute is about being the author of your own life. Okay. Within our lives, we all have stories to tell. Every day, every minute, every second of your life, you're telling a certain story. You control how that story plays out. Now, as you're telling this story, it's okay to look left and right to get certain inspiration and also knowing what to do and what not to do from other people's stories. But you cannot try to carbon copy and you cannot try to compare yourself to other people's story. You have to stay focused to your story, take inspiration, yes, and maybe, okay, I don't want that to happen to me, so I'm gonna do these things to make sure that doesn't happen, but stay focused to your own lane, write out your story, and be sure about what you want in your life so you can manifest that. It's your motivational minute.
Well said, man. That is harder to do than to say because it's like you constantly get sidetracked about stuff too. But it's you really have to like go back and look at what your plan is like
Yep.
all of the time to just
Yep.
remind yourself because you can be like I was just saying, like you can start to work on like a little side quest and be stuck on that side quest for months, years.
Mhm.
And it's like, all right, let me go back to what I want to do, and like let me like reset myself.
Yeah.
To get there.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Because it's all about what you want, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, because we get sidetracked, but once you go back to the clear-cut goal, like you said, so when you get into these funks, when you get into these modes of I don't know, I don't feel like it, be clear about what you want, because what you want is not going to always line up with what you feel like doing. But once that want is stronger than that desire to not, then that's what's going to win. But if you allowing that momentary emotional feeling to take over, it could take over for a day, for a week, for a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some never leave that cycle of I don't want to, I don't feel like it. You either gonna have the pain of sacrifice or the pain of regret. So
yeah, that side of it too, man. Yeah, just waking up and just trying. I mean, we talked about that last week too, but just trying to do the stuff that you had planned.
right.
Trying to stay on that track. That's
Mhm.
that's a whole thing there. My point was more about you just start to plan, not really just going towards your own goals, your own purpose there, and you're constantly playing it safe, but then there comes a point where that plan to safe is too late, right?
Yeah.
Like you need to really get on that fast track.
Mhm.
Or that
Yeah.
direct track, not so much fast because it's not fast, but
Yeah.
that more direct track.
Yes. That's a good point. And a lot of people can throw us off of our track, of our plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I think you should do this. But you had a clear-cut goal of where you was going until somebody then got in your ear.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, that's very well said, man. I appreciate those words and those thoughts. And that's something we don't do, man. We don't be the author of our own journey, our own life.
Mhm.
We have other people to influence our way of thinking and our way of thought. You know what I mean? Our way of thought. And in most cases, when that takes place, we lose insight to what our goals and what our ideas may be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Is that it for what we got going on with that?
Yeah, that's well said. Go way to wrap it up.
All right. So we gonna head to these comments, see what's popping in the comments. What's going on?
Yes, sir. I got Tam White. She said, "Happy Friday." What up, though, Tam?
What's up, Tam?
Wrong time.
Tom said, "Tom on 100." See last week episode. Shameless plug for this show. I'm in the house. Tom on 100. What he do?
We gotta bring Tom on the show one time.
I like that idea.
You know what I mean? We gotta bring him in. You know, being as though we got a couple squares, free squares.
Right.
We're gonna have to bring Tom in one time. I think he's earned the earned the ability to pop in.
Oh,
you
for
know
sure.
what I mean?
For sure. Tom definitely solidified. He also said snaps on Malachi's minute. Boom, boom, boom. My man.
What's up?
Yeah, I believe that's what we have rocking right now. Oh, we got DJ Touch. He said, "Good evening."
Oh,
Touch.
DJ Touch is in the motherfucking building. Shout out to DJ Touch. Oh,
Touch in the building.
that's what's up. That's a long time overdue with the boo.
Yep. Hey, and we got another long time overdue. Guess who it is?
But no way.
Yes, it is. Von Wink in the building.
Von Winky Wink, what's up?
Man, what up, Von? Hey, I missed you, Von. It's been a minute, man. What's going on? He said, "Please don't tell us you took and..."
Here we go with the dumb shit.
I don't even know how to pronounce this, John. Invertment? Enema? I've never seen this word in my life.
You gotta step your game up, Malachi. We ain't gonna do this with you this week.
It's spelled Ivermectin. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not about to do it with him or you.
So what up, Vaughn? Whatever you talking about? Yeah, I took it. Whatever it is.
No, don't admit to
Don't
that.
agree to
I did not
anything.
take it.
Don't agree to anything he's saying you subscribe to, bro.
You're right. I don't subscribe to that. See, we just was talking about that, being clear about what you want.
Right, you just hopped right on that.
You just hop right in that thing like, okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's me right there.
What is this? That's me.
Come to the
whatever
stage.
it is, that's me.
Come to the stage, that's me.
Hey, Vaughn, wait, explain yourself, man. Cause yeah, I ain't nobody with that. Yeah, thanks for keeping me on my toes, fellas. That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
Yeah, so if we don't got nobody else, man, we're gonna keep it moving to this group discussion, bro. We got anything else popping?
Nah, that's it. That's all we got popping.
All right, so tonight's group discussion, man, we talking about the grass and sometimes it can look so much greener on the opposite side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? When you walk past and you see somebody and what they got, and you don't know they struggle, and you just like, damn, if only I was in that situation, how this would be for me, and find out your journey is not their journey. And your steps you took, you know what I mean? They took different steps to get to where they at, whether it was some negative steps, positive steps, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But today we talking about how the grass can be greener it ain't always so green on the other side. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to comparing yourself to others and making you lose sight of things that are important. So we're gonna jump right into it. What's some of the things that we have a problem with as people, fellas? Would you say comparing success? Is that an issue that we have?
Yeah.
Compound on that for me, Malachi.
Yeah. So yeah, that success is the biggest thing, because that's how we kind of gauge life, is by our successes, by our wins and losses. And we can look at other people and see they doing certain things that you may have wanted to do or you never thought of doing, but you're inspired by their actions in doing it. So you're like, man, like, how did they get that? So it's a difference between, like praising somebody, being excited for somebody, rooting for somebody, and really going into a place of comparison. And that comparison takes you to, I'm right here, they right there. Why is that gap there? You know what I'm saying? In actuality, you're at the top of your game in your life, and that's how you have to see it. And they're at the top of their game in their life. So it's okay to see their grind, see their work ethic, and see the principles you can take from them. But once you get into a place of, man, I should be where they at, you lost, honestly, because you don't know what they did. You don't know the time, the sacrifice, the work that they put in. Nobody sees that. You only see people's successes, but you don't know what they paid for it. And that's monetarily and time-wise. You don't know what somebody else has paid, what else somebody else has sacrificed, what else somebody else has fought and clawed to get to where they at. So that can be very detrimental to compare. Now, when you're inspired, that's one thing, but when you compare, that's very detrimental.
And that goes into adversity too, man. Like a lot of us, what we tend to do, we try to look at people's shortcomings or they not comings and say, well, you know what? I did this. Why ain't in a position that he in? You know what I mean? Why she able to do that? Why is she able to do this? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing the type of adversity someone had to overcome, and
right.
You know what I mean? Something they had to do to get to where they at today. You know what I mean? Yep. And unfortunately, we tend to internalize a lot of this stuff, and we do what you just said. We do the comparing of other people to what our struggle is, and it dilutes what we have to do in order for us to make progressive work. You know what I mean? Because we focused on negative energy, and that energy does nothing but what? Dilute what our main objective should be.
Yep.
So, Dan, what's another way of
I mean, well, just on that too, is that you're just looking at successes. It's you're just looking at somebody's like results till now. So you're not looking at the process. It's like y'all said, and like that could be. I mean, you don't want to, but like two, like you should look at it. So like you could learn more by seeing like how they got there. So like let's just say they are at a place where you want to be. You don't just need to look at where they are now, but like that's a good person to look at the steps that they did to get there and then compare that with yourself. But just looking at results, you're gonna drive yourself down like a dark hole of just saying I'm not where they're at, and you don't got like a plan to get there too. But on the flip side, sometimes you just see somebody with success that you don't even really want, but just the fact that they are successful, mean for that brief day you want what they got, but like deep down you don't. But it's like, so it just constantly just, I mean, you start to look at that, then like that goes back to you're off of your path now, because like you're just looking at that, you're just looking at what they got, and you kind of want it right now, but that can completely sidetrack you.
I remember when I was younger, right? I used to always have this thing where I want to be successful. Whatever job I work at, I want to be successful. And I equated success with, okay, cool. I'm gonna work here. I'm gonna work my way up to be this kind of place, this kind of person. Then I'm gonna be a team leader. Then I'm gonna be a supervisor. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, from being a supervisor, I can make administration. I can do all these things. Now, fast forward to my brain thinking, completely faster than what actually takes place. Like, you can get a job and it takes you like 3 to 4 years for you to even get comfortable around here, where people really even know who you are enough to know, say, damn, this person is really showing and proving. This person is making a name for themselves. And then it's another 3 to 4 years before you can get looked into having a leadership position. You know what I'm saying? Wanting those things fast paced like that is great ambition. It is. But the reality of it is it takes work to start somewhere from the ground up and build. You know what I mean? And I think what happens too, when you believe that the grass is greener, you have this ability to think that, shit, what you did was nothing. I can do that. You know what I mean? Without understanding it takes work that comes along with getting to where that person is at today. You know what I mean? And also what you do is by minimizing someone else's work ethic and minimizing where they've been through, you what you tend to do is you think that the things that they've done can be done so easy. You know what I mean? And it's unfair, you know what I mean? Which ultimately what it does is it causes you to, how can I put it? It puts you in a bad situation because you don't respect who they are and what they've done. You know what I mean? And I had to learn that through experience. Like you have to wait and you have to play the game. You know what I mean? And whatever you do, where as far as work, there's a certain level of game that you have to play. You got to play by the rules. And if you ain't playing by the rules, ain't nobody going to play with you.
That's a real good point.
Yeah, man.
And I think one of the points that you mentioned, Dan, was the process. And Don Cheadle has an interview that he talked about, like people wanting to be an actor. And he said what they want is that idea. You know, they want to be a star. You know, it's the fame, it's the stardom that they want. But that's not the case. When you want to be an actor, that means you want to work. That means you want to study, you want to grind. And it's being enamored with that process that's really going to have you to succeed. And if you're trying to ignore the process, if you're trying to skip steps, if you're trying to rub shoulders with somebody just to see what kind of steps you can skip, instead of seeing literally what steps did they take? Okay, what type of sacrifice did you make so I can make those same sacrifices, if not more, or along that same path, then you can really get to where they are, or, you know, or better. And that's where people go wrong. People like the idea of having something, but they don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to go through that process. They don't want to be stripped. Because if you any dream you have, any goal, any desire you have, it's gonna strip you. It's gonna take away everything that you knew to build new ideas, new principles inside of you, so that you can achieve what you do want to achieve. So you gotta be process driven. You know what I'm saying? To fall in love with that process. And so if you see somebody doing something, ask them their process, ask them the things that they do to grind. Then you can take those principles on.
Yeah, man. Just from both of y'all points. No matter like what path you take, like I learned that they all take work. That there are that
Period.
no matter what you trying to do, there's
Period.
going to be a time where you're going to have to be in the mud and just try to grind it out.
In the mud.
Yeah, or just working on it constantly, which is constantly why you do have to pick something you want to do. Well, to your point two, it's like you need to find something that you don't mind doing the grinding, like the process work for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that too. Then like on so that goes to trying to act to like trying to like move up inside like a place.
Mm-hmm.
Plus to that work point that Tom was talking about too. It's you, looking at somebody and like you start to compare them, but then you start to like dismiss the skills that they had too, and that leads you to not really seeing like you don't want to see like what it takes to reach that. So back at a job I had, it was like I had this boss, like this VP boss, where like our partnership was like house one that knew like most of the stuff that had to get done, but he had this he was like a smooth talker guy. He knew how to like network. He just kind of had that suave to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't stand it. I was like, how is this guy? Like, why do I got to report to him? And like, I'm the one telling him how to do his job right now.
I can't stand this nigga.
So for like a year and a half, 2 years, it was just that thought. Then like I went out to like lunch with him like last year because it was all shut down.
Way too
like we finally met up with him, and like I asked him just like on like a little small, like a joke, like yeah. So why do you like to go out with like the partner groups and just like with like the folks that we work with? And he was just like, no, you just you talk with them, you hear them out, just talk about your day, talk about your time. Most of it, you're not trying to make like this hard sell, but it's just you're really just learning their needs, and then you just try to connect with them. Mm. Then like that's what made it click for me, was like, oh, okay, that is a skill set that he had, right. and it's I don't like it because it is a skill set that I don't have.
Right.
So I'm trying my best to say I don't need that. But I do need it.
You do need it.
So like, let me like stop trying to dismiss the skills and say, all right, how can I learn from
yep.
that? But yeah, man, but to just reach that, like that takes an amount of you having to step back and like not looking at yourself and like really just trying to strip your pride away. Mm. All right, I don't have those skills that he has, and let me try to learn them, which was a breakthrough, man. Yeah, Tom?
Yeah, I used to have a supervisor, man. Well, she wasn't even a supervisor. It was like we worked side by side in a way, and she just worked for a different agency. And the thing is, everyone had this ideology of her. Like, she was this mean, wicked lady, you know what I'm saying? And my whole thing was, I have to learn how to work with all types of people in order to get whatever tasks that need to be completed done. And before I met her, my whole thing was, I'm not fucking with you. If you ain't on the same page as me, fuck you. You know what I mean? She really humbled me in regard to understanding that it don't matter what background you come from. You know what I'm saying? I have to understand your perspective. And if I understand your perspective, I have a ability to go forward knowing how to maneuver not only from her standpoint, but my standpoint. And that all correlates to understanding her position on her side of the grass. You know what I'm saying? Because my side of the grass is I'm gonna do what I need to do regardless. You know what I mean? But on her side of the grass is it don't matter if I dislike you. At the end of the day, we need to figure out what we need to do for the best interest of what we're working towards. And that's something I had to, like you say, it was a humbling experience for me because, you know, I still was carrying, I gotta put it, a nigga perspective.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And that nigga perspective is like, man, fuck you, man. If you ain't doing what I think you should be doing, I'm not doing shit you should be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you learn the art of negotiation, the art of maturity in the workplace, compromise, and you learn those things. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So we're gonna keep it moving with this grass is greener aspect, man. And one of the things I want to talk about is dealing with comparing on social media. You know what I mean? We had talked about in our lives and things like that, but I want to talk from a broader perspective, dealing and comparing to social media and the things that you see and, you know, people on a Snapchat and Instagram. And do you get influenced by those things? And if you do, what's some of the things that go in your head? Daniel?
You do. Yeah, man. You can't even lie on it because it's like that when you scroll through like your whole the timeline there, you're seeing it. So it's there's a thing that I used to say too. It was like I hate when folks say that what you see in your life is not real because they're real people. so it is real.
Right.
But you what that this kind of leads back into like what they do, like what they did to get there. Plus, most of it's not real. like there's a lot of fronting on it too. So it's the big thing with me too, just my last quick point on this too, is seeing stuff on social. Like there's a lot of stuff that deals with like a person did this, and this at age 21 or like 19, and like that, bro, that
19-year-old millionaires.
Yeah, man, that still fucks with me to tell you that you but not even gonna lie.
It's like, and like you said, Dan, that's a great point. We can't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? And it does affect us in a lot of levels, a lot of ways. I know myself, as much success as I have gained in, you know, my craft, I can look at other people's success still myself and still be like, man, I could have did that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, Dan. Thank you. I still, you know, have a tendency to do that. And I have to check that immediately. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, because what if I'm not celebrating somebody? How can I want to be celebrated? You feel me? So, you know, you seen these other people book these projects, but you have to be grateful for them, be happy for them, and be grateful for the fruit that you do have, the fruit that you eating. Because if you're so busy looking at somebody else's fruit, you're not really pruning your own fruit. So it's these opportunities that I could have easily done, but that opportunity is for them. And what's for you is for you, and what's for them is for them. And that's where that thin line is drawn between taking inspiration and taking and hating on somebody or you know, ignoring what they did to get there. Because everybody put their best foot forward on social media.
You know what though, man? I'm gonna play the Aries game here, and maybe that's just what it is, man. But you know, y'all know me, man. Y'all know me well enough to know, you know, I don't care who it is. If we doing something, if somebody else doing something, I'm happy for them, but them motherfuckers can't fuck with us. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's just a Tony thing, a Aries thing, or whatever that thing is, man. But you know, I just feel like there's no grass bigger than my grass. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no grass healthier than my grass. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing is what I'm doing, and it's doing it because we bring in a certain type of je ne sais quoi, a certain type of flavor. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's cocky or arrogance or however you want to look at it, but you know, I feel okay for other people, but not as good as I feel for what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's I don't know. Maybe you can look at it as a negative or a positive, whatever you do. But I look at like this is what it is. Like I remember we had a conversation before, and we was talking about 95 South,
85 South,
85 South, whatever.
Yeah,
And then, and I'm like, man, them niggas they doing something, but niggas ain't better than us. You know what I mean? And you went, well, you know, well, whatever. And I'm like, well, in my brain, I'm thinking, why you shortchanging? You know what I'm saying? You know, they cool, but they ain't us. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
I just give props. I mean, because you do have to give props at the same time. Like you gotta give people they salute, give people they nod when they deserve it. You feel me? And that's that thin line between taking inspiration and hating. You know what I'm saying? That's where that thin line is, because both can sound like both. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I do think you do need a mixture of both, because you do need to be proud of the work that you do. But I mean, there are times where there's folks that you see that are inside the spots where you want to be too. So it's trying to figure out keeping that mix, keeping your keeping your confidence and pride with what you do, but still looking to push forward as well.
Yep.
And you know that's crazy too, man. Like it's people out here that's probably looking at us like that. Yeah. 76 episodes in, they think the grass is greener. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just because they only see 3 people on here and it was 4 people or whatever the case may be. You know, I'm like, yo, they getting it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know the struggles that it took to get to 76 episodes. And Lord knows, shit, I ain't the only one to tell you. It's been a struggle getting to 76 episodes and going strong too. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you are out there and you looking at us like that, understand, man, you have to have your own journey.
Yeah. You
have to hold your own path. Like every week we come on here and we try to stay in our own lane, which we've been successful in doing. You know what I'm saying? And we've had people who try to make their show look like our show and do all types of stuff in the past. And we just stick true to what we do. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And that's part of the thing you got to do. And that's part of that social media aspect, man. You cannot take somebody else's formula and make it yours, because if it's not authentic, it won't stick at all.
No, it's not. Now you could take some ingredients, but you can't carbon copy the whole joint. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm gonna talk about this last one. It's how about we talk about dealing with people in your life who do the comparison for you, judging you. You know what I'm saying? And where's the line between judgment and advice? What's up with that, Malachi?
Yeah, I dealt with this early on when I wasn't this deep into my career of acting. When I left Oakland, that's when a lot of people was telling me that I should go back to school. And I remember there was also a guy that it was a pastor. Not he was a pastor at my church. He wasn't the head pastor, but he was one of the pastors. And he actually caught me on the way to work one time, and I was actually taking a bus. I didn't have a car at the time, so he took me to work, and we had a conversation. And he was so adamant about me needing to go to school. Like, he made it seem like he even compared me to his children. He was like, you know, my daughter, because me and his daughter are the same age. We like a month apart. So, you know, I got my children in school, blah, blah, blah. You know, my daughter doing this, doing that. And I'm like, yo, that's not me though, man. Like, and it started to frustrate me because how adamant he was. It was almost like, forget what you said you had a dream of. This is the only way that you can go. So it's like, yo, like, I had to ignore that. You feel me? I had to, because other than that, and it's so funny how the world turns. I did a film a couple months ago, and we filmed at a funeral home, and I saw the same guy there, and he was like, oh, you in the movie business? I'm like, nigga, I've been told you I was doing this. Like, so it's like, I mean, it's not even about that, but the whole point is people trying to steer you to what they think is right for you. When you got to be clear about what's inside of you, the gifts you have inside of yourself, so you can be steadfast and going towards that goal, and not allow people to force, shape, shift your path and your journey when that they don't even know. They just are trying to put themselves in your box. In their head, they can't compute how you can be on screen, how you can make a sacrifice to be a character. They can't see that. All they can see is go to school, get a job. That's all they see. So they try to put their limitations on you, and that ain't right. Get up out of here.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, man. It's that same thing was. I just kind of talked about that with my youngest sister as well. So like she just finished school. Well, not like the school thing, but like she finished school, but she was kind of stuck between like what you want to like jump inside the corporate world but she wants to write. So it's like this whole thing there. So we talked for a while. But like we traced it back. Not to like our mom or dad or nothing. We traced it back. We both went to the same summer program where like the person that ran it, she just wanted us to go through this super like crazy like life path where like she had this whole thing planned out. Like we went in like around 12. Then like for like 2 years, you just kind of got drilled in going through like schoolwork. Then like she kicked kids out when they did not pass the grades and stuff. Then like she won, and then she was trying to get us into certain high schools and trying to get us into certain colleges and stuff, which is all fine. But it's like at the same time, she was constantly telling us what our life path should be. Then like we started to think about it, and it was like, yo, she really drilled that in our heads to the point where we think what we want to do is wrong. But it's like, so like we're just constantly trying to do something, not knowing that this was some seed that someone planted in our heads 10, 12 years ago. And so really you gotta look back and see like what type of things people really try to plant inside your head to really making sure that you really the dreams and the goals that you have are really the stuff that you want to do, and like not what somebody else wants you to do. So like that talk, like I mean that helped her, but like that helped me too. I was like, yo, I was like, I'm like. She brainwashed us to this whole path of like life that I didn't like. It was like it drives me nuts. But yeah, man, Tom.
Yeah, I could correlate with that, man. Like when I was little, man, I always wanted to do something big. I always wanted to do something with law. And then as time progressed, you know, you talk to people and they want to tell you what they want you to do. And then it fast forward to my little sister. My mom really influenced my little sister into going into nursing, the nursing field. But make a long story short, that's not her passion. Her passion is culinary arts. And you see her, like I see her on social media, and she just blossoming, doing something that she loved to do. You know, and it makes me think about how, you know, when you grow up, you have so many people that have a ideology of what you should do. You know what I'm saying? And I think because of that fear of you not succeeding, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want you to be in my house when you 35 or 37 with no skills and no way of making it in life. I think that fear that we instill, not just on our kids, but that we have inside. Ooh. I don't want to be a failure as a parent, and I don't want my kid to be a failure. Ooh. So I invoke these things on them so you should do this, you should do that. And I had this conversation with my mom. My mom acts like she don't remember shit half the time. But my mom, we had this conversation about when I turned 17, she started putting army brochures on my pillow. And part of the reason why I ended up in college was I knew what my options were. You know what I mean? If I stayed there, it was not going to be a good look. And two, if I went to the Army, I didn't want to go there. I didn't know. I was scared of going, you know what I mean, because of everything I had heard. And number two, I don't think I was ready for that. You know what I mean? And so that's how I ended off in college. But I think if she didn't place these preconceived fears in me about me leaving at a certain age, you know what I'm saying, I got to do something. And that's what led to me going, well, fuck it, I'm going to college. You know what I mean? And I went out of state to school, still with no plan, but forced with an ideology that I have to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's some of the things that we go through in life when it turns into you looking at how the grass is greener on the opposite side of the fence. You know what I mean? Well, this kid is doing this. My kid is going to be successful doing this and this and this. Because right now, even my daughter's telling me, Dad, I just don't want to go to school. She's a junior right now. I say, so what is your plan?
Right.
And I'm trying to walk her through it. But as a parent who has, I guess, been taught the same principles, well, you need to do something. You hit them with that. You need to do something. Not understanding that they scarier than I am. You know what I mean? So, I have to let her walk her work and figure out her path the best way she can figure it out. You know what I mean? And be supportive of that path.
Yeah, I always try to tell young people, when that's the biggest thing I do is ask them, what do you like to do? Or not even a young person. If somebody's just, unsure, say, well, what do you like to do? You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what your purpose or your passion is, your purpose is to find your purpose then. If you don't know your purpose, that is your purpose, to find why you on this earth. And that's usually through your passion. That's usually through your giftings. And there's a lot of things that you could be gifted in that you may not be necessarily that fully passionate about, you know what I'm saying? But they still can monetize to support yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like me with painting and construction, I'm gifted in that, you know what I'm saying? So as much as I try to leave it, it's sustaining me. You feel me? It's the reason I'm alive, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, not like I would be dead if I wasn't doing it, but I'm eating off of that, you feel me? So it's like you have these gifts, you have these passions, and that's what we have to push people towards is what are you passionate and gifted at? Then you can monetize that and you can flourish. And that's what people be scared of. And it's a process to find that. Like I remember when I left Oakland, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew what I didn't want to do though, because I could have went back to McDonald's and got a job. But I spent a lot of time doing nothing, which really was me just searching within myself to see who I was. And that's when I remember it hit me like acting. Like, let me do this. You know what I'm saying? I remember going to that first audition with that locked in mentality of I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find that on your own, and that's what we have to push our young people to do. We push college so much, but we need to push purpose. We need to push passions because look, you got to try some stuff to know what you like and don't like. It's not until I got on stage that I knew like, ooh, this feeling was different for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not until that person that loves basketball feels how that ball feel how it's dribbling until, or a soccer ball, whatever it is, until you made somebody some food and you see that reaction, then you're going to find who you are and what you like. So let's push passion. Let's not push. There's no set thing.
I felt that way when I first dunked the ball myself, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to leave that right there.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, your last point though was completely right, where it's look for something too. Like you just can't stop because then you're just stuck there too. So it's constantly trying to move forward in some ways. So like school tracks, are good in that sense, where it's like at least it moves you somewhere. But yeah, but like you said, you work to try to find something that you want to do, and just work on that for work on that until you find it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that concludes our meat and potatoes of the show tonight, man. That concludes our group discussion. So what I want to do, I want to go into these comments.
Yep.
You got any comments?
Yes, sir. Tom always blowing the chat up for us. He said, guys, the grass is greener on the other side because of the nitrogen, nitrates, miracle grow in the green. Okay, Tom, we get it. He said, social media is a curated view of a person's life. I agree. We are more human than what's on social media. Totally agree. 76 episodes is an accomplishment. Big salute. You already know it.
Thank you, my brother.
Knowing what you don't want to do. Preach. That is a top shelf point to finding what you want to do. Yes, it is. Yeah. And that's a part of learning. Like, you got to work at McDonald's to know what you like and don't like about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like food, but I do like people. So let me, you know what I'm saying? Boom. That's Tom. We got Von Wink blowing the Planet chat up. He said, I have a feeling Malachi had his motivational minute planned out because it didn't have, you know what I'm saying, in it.
That was never Malachi.
You know what though, man? He finds somebody to pick with, man. It used to be Jake. Now he want to go with Malachi. Malachi, the most peaceful one on here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll take it though. You know, I'm definitely trying to sharpen the tool though, sharpen the sword. So I'll take that as a compliment. He said, but when he was talking with Dan afterwards, the, you know what I'm saying, came back.
Yeah. Look, take that one too. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, I'll take it all, man. Good looking, man. He said, in vermicent, that word I ain't know, is the horse laxative the anti-vaxxers are pushing as an alternative to the vaccine. I ain't never even heard of that.
And it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to now what we talk about.
Right. Side of the fence. I don't know what he talked about that. Hope they're real people. They could be bots. These social media people we're talking about. True. He said, yes, we can ignore it to thy own self be true. I think he's talking about ignoring social media.
Yeah.
And he said everybody puts their best everybody puts their best forward on social media. Are you kidding me? Those people doing crate challenges were putting their best foot forward.
Hey, good point.
Hey, yeah, that's a good point. So not everybody puts their best foot forward, but 60%, whatever the percentage is, most people do put their best foot forward on social media. Most people don't care. But the idea of social media is, hey, look at me, look at the accomplishments. A lot of people don't post the struggles, their downfalls, their insecurities, the things that they lack, the things they're working on. Most people don't do that. They do the things that they got on top, that they've accomplished, that they got the game tight on. Most people talk about that stuff.
Yeah, you know, when they do, though, I really don't want to see that shit anyway. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm at a point with social media. I don't even know why I'm even watching social media at this point. You know what I mean? Because it's and we mentioned this before, the shit has become so routine that you make it a part of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. Because I'm definitely weaning myself off of social media as much because it's so much real life that's happening when you caught up in this virtual world, you know. But it's like you got stuff in the now that you got to do, Malachi. So we can't be just lollygagging. So
is that it with the
Yep, Tom said yes, team Von Wink. That's what Tom said. So shout out to Tom, rock with everybody.
Look at him. So on that note, man, we're gonna go to this gym of the week, and me and Malachi, we really gonna talk about this real quick. So Dennis Schroeder, you know, this went on like a month ago, 2 months ago, and Dennis Schroeder agreed to deal with the Celtics as reportedly reject a big extension from the Lakers. Yep. He rejected a 4-year, $84 million contract extension for the Lakers, and he ended up thinking that. Well, he was thinking that he was going to get a big payout because he was with the Lakers, and they offered him this $84 million contract for 4 years, he ended up with a 1-year deal. What else?
1 year with the Celtics for like 5 point something million.
That's like the base minimum.
Compared to 21 million a year, yes, it is.
Yes. So this fool, man, this fool, you know, that's him not looking at where he stood, what he accomplished that year, what was going on, and he just was completely off. You know what I mean?
Thought the grass was greener.
Go ahead, Malachi. I'll talk about it a little bit before we roll.
Yeah, he thought the grass was greener. You know, you see what these top level guards are getting, and he thought he's comparing himself to them. You know what I'm saying? He thinking he on a certain level. And honestly, I think that 84 million was an overshot to Dennis Schroeder. You feel me? I mean, he was a solid guard, but he wasn't worth no 21 million a year, in my opinion. As a GM, I ain't cutting that check. So I was surprised they even fixed their mouth to even offer him that. And he was like, yeah, we good on that. We got something coming down the line. And the rest of his year ended up being terrible. Like, he played sort of garbage in that, definitely in that postseason run that year. He played.
Yeah, that postseason, he was horrible.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, who do you think you are? You feel me? You have to take, sometimes you got to take what comes. And there is a time where you do have to reject because you know you can get more. But that's really knowing your value, knowing the output that you put in. If your output ain't matching that, take what you getting, man. You can't be comparing yourself to other guards and other people. Be true to what you got going. Take your cheese when you got it.
And that's definitely where we at with it, man. You know what I'm saying? This has been Mask Off, episode 76. Grass ain't that greener on the other side, baby. You know what I'm saying? And we do what we do. And tonight has been a wonderful episode. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Up under me is my young boy Malachi. Hit him with it.
What it do, y'all? Last weekend for Forgive Us Not, it'll be taken down on the 3rd, which is Sunday. So go ahead and grab that boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all won't regret it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. I'm working, I'm moving, I'm going on the town. Actually, this coming up week, I just booked something. So I ain't gonna keep y'all posted about it. Just all you know is I ain't gonna be here. Nah.
I just always stay booked.
Mask Off, Dan. What he do?
Yeah, what's good, y'all? Yeah, let's go to next week, man. I'm gonna try to not hate on these jobs the young boy getting.
On that note, man, it's Big Tone, man. Y'all know what we do when we do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that rock with us, continue to rock with us. We love y'all. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Mask Off. The grass ain't green. Episode 76. Shout out to my boy Jake. Big up, big up. We out of here.
Somebody told me the grass always greener.